Good morning and welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. I feel good today. I feel optimistic. And only 2 times in the history of this home run show have I come on here in the morning and professed my optimism. And both of those times we had winning days. Now, I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm not trying to get you to bet more than you want to bet. But I'm saying I feel good about the slate, even though it is a fairly small slate. We'll talk about yesterday because we have to. Diaz, Judge, Harper, Devers were the only winning picks. It wasn't the best day again for home runs. I think these guys maybe. Let me turn this other light on. I feel like it looks a little dark here. I think these guys, had their All-Star break, and it's kind of, they were hyped to get back in maybe a little bit, but then the fatigue of, oh no, we still have the rest of the season is setting in. That's what I'm going to chalk it up to. I don't know what's going on. The ball's just not flying. Next year, I'm going to have to incorporate some other bets, other bet types. We're going to have to diversify, as the kids say. Yesterday, I gave out Milwaukee money line. They won like 10-2. This is anecdotal, and I don't necessarily have the data, although I could find it. I feel pretty good about the money line and underdog picks that I've given out on this series. I feel like it's probably up on that. So next year, I think we do the home runs. I think our focus is the home runs. But I also think we bet and track some other options, which you guys have been telling me all year. I get it. You guys have been saying, we've been saying that all year, man. I'm listening. I hear you. We got our schedule planned out. I need to change the date. Sorry, a little lazy. Today is Thursday, which was not my idea. It was typed in by a guy named Mike G, I believe. One of the Mikes. There's a lot of Mikes that hang out on this channel. Shout out to Mike, all of them, all the Mikes. I think it's a great name. If you want to sign up for Novig, you can. I did post a rather long video last night about my time as a professional sports bettor, walking back and talking about how I got into this industry and my time in this industry and my successes and failures and things of that nature where I am now. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it at the end of this video. It's a long one. Put it on 1.5 times speed. I talk fast, so times 2 is probably too much, but I think I've had a lot of compliments, and that feels good. And so it's been helpful to people to see sort of my background. So that's out there if you want. Here's the slate today. This is it. This is all. It's small, but I think there's some opportunities. We'll start with the game in Cleveland. The strong winds, maybe some of the strongest we've seen in all of Cleveland baseball this year, blowing out to right field. This is where last year I would have been like Josh Naylor. He is no longer there. So we have to punt, if you will. Jackson Holliday. Did you know Jackson Holliday has the most home runs on the Baltimore Orioles? Huh? No. That's true. Jackson Holliday is leading the team in home runs. Gunnar Henderson, Jose Ramirez continues to be stellar since All-Star break, and Cal Manzardo. A lot of those are chalky. A lot of those are basic, but I think you do have to have lefties with how this wind is blowing. Makes me a little nervous because Logan Allen is pitching for Cleveland. I would take Cleveland on the money line. They're 50-50 right now. I believe it's like a -110, maybe -115, slightly juiced to Cleveland's side. I think they have the advantage in this one, but that's not an official play. It's not even an unofficial play. It's just kind of a look. Detroit, strong wins, opposite way to the left. So I would take righties in this one. Again, both of these games, very strong wins. We're not talking like a breeze. We're talking gusts. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at 7-1 is crazy. George Springer 6-1, Jahmai Jones 5-1, and Spencer Torkelson at 320. Game in St. Louis doesn't look horrible. Moderate wins, I believe we will see in this one. Not as strong as the first 2 games, but to left field. So I focused on righties: Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, Wilson Contreras, and Nolan Arenado. Pretty chalky. Across this board, it's pretty chalky. I think today is a chalky day. When I look across at these lineups and things, it just feels like a day where you're going to get some of the big names. And you don't have the Otanis, you don't have the Judges, you don't have the Suarezes. So you think you're going to get kind of a subtle chalky day, a tier 2 chalky day. Game in Houston. Houston goes back to that short porch in left field. Nick Kurtz just absolutely dominating this year, and his price is showing it. We're now below 300. The best line out there for Nicholas Kurtz is 270. That's crazy to me. I'm not taking him in this one. That price is a little too low. At home, I like him certainly more than on the road, so we'll stay away. Brent Rooker at 425, again, for a guy that's going to pull the ball to left field. It's a very good price. Jose Altuve and Yainer Diaz. I liked Soderstrom as well. And if I wasn't looking at, or if I was looking at prices, because, like I said, I kind of do my matchups and just put the guys that I like without worrying about prices. I think I got too worried about prices earlier in the season, and then I left out a lot of guys that I liked just because their number wasn't right, which I do think is a good practice to do, but there's a balance. Regardless, I think I would have put Soderstrom in instead of Kurtz if I knew Kurtz was at 270. So I've added him to the side there. You can do what you want. Last game of the night. Looks very good. Wind is blowing out. Conditions are great. It's not too hot, but it's just a great spot. And the Angels hit better at home. Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, two of the hotter bats for Seattle, certainly before the All-Star break. I believe Arozarena has hit one since the All-Star break. Then Taylor Ward and Joe Adell are the leans. Now, I've added in my notes, I'm going to show you this, Ballpark Pal's new Pitching Ninja feature. He just added it this week out of nowhere. We didn't know we were getting a new feature from Ballpark Pal. It's pretty cool, and I'm going to show you why I think it's cool. And I may even do a standalone video on it because while it is the second half of the season, Ballpark Pal does offer a discount as the year goes on. So some of you may be interested. So I was looking at this game. We'll start here. I was looking at this game, and I was noticing that Logan Evans, who is pitching for Seattle, throws very few fastballs, and he's a righty. I like the Angels righties tonight. So I wanted to see, one, who is a right-hander for the Angels that hits right-handed pitching well, who potentially hits the ball at home in LA better. And some people are going to say, well, that doesn't matter. That does matter. I think it matters to a degree. I don't think it should be everything, but I think it can be an ingredient in your recipe. And who maybe doesn't hit the fastball as much, who hits the off speed, because he's not going to throw very many fastballs. So I looked, and this is his pitching breakdown. You see the four-seamer, 0.09% of his pitches. Or I guess that's 9% of his pitches. 24% of his pitches are sliders and cutters. So almost half of his pitches, over half of his pitches are sliders and cutters. So off-speed breaking balls. So I look up here and I say, okay, who hits right-handed pitching well? We'll start there. Okay, all of these guys hit right-handed pitching well. 18 for Ward, 16, 14, 16, 11. 10, like the top right-handed bats on this team hit right pitching or hand pitching fine. But we look at Mike Trout. He's only hit 3 home runs off speed out of his 18. He hits the fastball far, period. And he's not going to probably see any fastballs tonight. If he's only throwing 9%, he's probably not going to throw Mike Trout a fastball. They know this stuff. So I scratched Mike Trout. Could he hit one? Absolutely. Right? But I don't think typically Mike Trout's a off-speed home run hitter. What caught my eye was Taylor Ward. Not only does Taylor Ward hit right-handed pitching well, he thrives on breaking balls and off-speed pitches, and he's significantly better at home than on the road. A lot of these guys are 50-50, but it appears that Taylor Ward has a favorite spot to hit the ball, and it's in his home park, and it's at night. So we have a night game against off-speed pitching, right-hander at home. Taylor Ward looks good for that. He fits well into that. And then I was looking at my second guy. What I truly liked was Soler. 10 versus 2 on right-handed pitching. A lot of, half of his home runs are on the breaking ball, and, more at night, which again, I don't know how much that really matters. I don't pay too much attention to that. But Soler is coming off a back injury, and he may or may not start, so I stayed away. So I went with Joe Adell in this one. Hits a lot of right-handers, has a fair amount. 10 of his 21 have been breaking ball and off-speed pitches. All these guys are kind of 50-50 home and away. So that's one way you can use this tool and get some, further research into it. I messaged him and I said, it would be awesome if you could have a way on this screen to also show the pitcher they're facing. So if there's a way I can be like, hey, how do these guys face against Logan Evans? And it says, well, Logan Evans is a right-handed pitcher who throws a lot of this. And it just kind of takes out a middleman there, because I had to have 2 tabs open to look at Logan Evans and also these guys. So I applaud Ballpark Pal not only for the service he provides and the affordability of that service, but I also applaud that he is not content to let it sit on a shelf. He's updating it and he's adding new features. So that's cool. So it is Thursday II Day. Thursday II Day. Before we talk about that, let's do our guest pick, our Patreon guest pick of the week or the day. Yesterday, there's a guy in there, awesome dude who's in the Patreon. There are people in the sports betting world that you're like, man, I'd be friends with that guy. Like I would hang out with this guy, and that's kind of what this. Well, there's a lot of guys. Hefty Lefty's one of them, but I'm speaking about another guy in there. And he lives in Canada, and he goes to Toronto, and I forget what he said, but every time he goes to Toronto games, they win. I want to say it was like double-digit wins. And so he went to the game yesterday, and he sent a guest pick, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to the game. Give it out. I'm going to the game. We're going to try to get the lucky streak kept alive here. Give out Toronto money line," and I forgot. And I think they were underdogs in the game. They ended up winning like 8-4 against the Yankees. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh, not only did I not give it out, they ended up winning. Like, golly. So he said, okay, next time I'm going to a game, I think next Wednesday we'll do it again. So I apologize to him for not following through. He paid good money to be in the Patreon, and I blew it. But we got an official play today. And if you're in the Patreon and you want to give out a play, I'll do as many as we need to do. This is your channel as much as it is mine. So Hefty Lefty, he's got a Twitter. He does his work. He does his stuff. I mean, this is his sheet that he's put together: barrel rate, exit velocity, hard hit percentage. I mean, he's got the sauce. It appears he's got the sauce. And so he's given out Soderstrom and a Rosarina. Now, we did not coordinate. We did not discuss. And you will notice that I have both a Rosarina and kind of Soderstrom. Right, so I'm kind of in for it. So that's the guest play of the day. Let's talk about the official plays from Thursday I-Day. I asked ChatGPT. I sent him my whole list, and I said, pick 4 guys, one from each game. Don't double up games, and it gave me Gunnar, Torkelson, Tatis, and Joe Adell. Now that looks good. Please do not misunderstand me here. I've bet it, as you can see, 2-pick round robin, 3-pick round robin, and the parlay. I'm in. If AI wants to give me the sauce, I'll gladly drizzle, okay? But I think this looks better. I think the one I created looks better. I'm actually shocked there was no double ups. I did mine. I locked it in. I placed the bet, and then I asked Thursday ChatGPT to give me one. So here's who I like today. Is it chalky? Absolutely. But do I love each and every one of these guys, both pitching park and matchup-wise? Yes, I do. I'm optimistic. Where is Ray, the realtor, in the comments? He loves the optimism. Where's Buffalo Pod? Beers in Buffalo. He loves the optimism. We're here for it, guys. Jose Ramirez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Brent Rooker, and Taylor Ward. We might go 8 for 8. We might go 8 for 8 today. Imagine I wake up tomorrow morning on my wife's birthday, and I say, hold on. We should be celebrating. I should be making you breakfast in bed. We should be going on a family walk. You want to go to the swimming pool? We'll go down to the swimming pool. You want to go out to lunch? Absolutely. Maybe dinner too. Tomorrow should be my wife's day. I recognize that. But if we go 8 for 8, I'm going to have to say, darling, I don't call her that, but I would tomorrow. Darling, your birthday's on hold. Because yesterday on the channel, we did the impossible. Not only did we go 4 for 4, ChatGPT, the future of this country, went 4 for 4. We went 8 for 8. So you'll have to excuse me while I go celebrate with strangers on the internet. That's how optimistic I am. Enjoy your day. Love you all, and see you hopefully tomorrow with good news.